right, this is kind of a big deal. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming to Raid Shadow Legends. It's going to be a total of 6 characters, and there is going to be an event dungeon, which is going to have chronophage. I don't know what that is. I Googled it. I don't know what that is, but that's what they say. The chronophage gear set is going to be tied to the event dungeon, which is going to be the Shredder boss. Before we get into it all, it's going to be one of the best times to start playing Raid, right? You can use the QR code or the link in the description. You're going to get the legendary Corrado along Ugo, Bane, and Deacon epic supports. Pay special attention to Ugo and Deacon right here on the screen. They are very good. And then the first 24 hours of playing Raid Shadow Legends, use the promo code Monkey King and you'll get Sun Wukong. Now, the reason why I think this is a good time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends is that you can log in for 7 days and you'll get Michelangelo. So I'm going to switch sides here. Michelangelo is going to be the first of 6, but logging in for 7 days will get him unlocked. And then when you get to 14 days, you'll get the 2 Perfect Soul. And then it switches to phase 2, which in theory you could finish in another 14 days. So you could have all this wrapped up in 28 days. But the event is going to be starting on the 21st and it'll wind up on November 21st. So that's right, August 21st through November 24th. So you have some time to do this. It's going to be over that period of time. And every time they've had these events, I've had no difficulty whatsoever getting the max rewards, which is going to be a 5 red soul. It's a split soul. That's fine. It's a split soul. I keep wanting to call it a perfect soul, but it's a split soul. So that's kind of a big deal. Now, I do want to go over the details that we do have. Not a lot of information, but here's going to be Michelangelo. He's going to be a banner lord. I'm going to switch screen sides over here. And you can see legendary attack. I can't make a lot out of this. Now, I've noticed here in Raid Shadow Legends, oh, look at the little rat right there. The rat running around. All right. And they're eating pizza. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They have some pretty good animations. Also, like really how they do have the dark fantasy feel. I just like that Raid does their own take on this. You know, they give them a little bit of agency to make it look the way it is. Now, what I'm going to lean on for you guys here, yeah, there's the pizza right there. He's eating the pizza. I had pizza for dinner. These icons do get reused. And so if you're familiar with any of these icons on what other characters, maybe put that down in the comment section so that we can speculate on what the kit will do. Now, the one that I'm really interested in is going to be Donatello, because Donatello is going to be a fusion. And fusion events are my favorite thing in the world. And they did give me some brief little blurb on what that fusion is going to be. And I'm going to switch to the other side of the screen. They said that Donatello is going to be, it says fuse Donatello, a top support who heals allies. And that's pretty obvious right here. You can see the little heal icon there on the A1 and in the passive. And then, and reduces cooldowns. Oh boy. I know that has been a hot topic of late, having the ability to reduce cooldowns. Primarily, I see a lot of people talking about this when it comes to Titus with Wixwell. Now, I don't have Wixwell, but I do have Titus, but I know the monster numbers people are putting up inside of Hydra and so on. All of the clan bosses, Demon Lord and Chimera, is something to do with cooldowns and Wixel and Titus. I've even seen some free-to-play versions where they use like Painkeeper. I don't know if he will work. I do personally have Prince Kymar and also Renegade, but I think reducing cooldowns in particular, if it does work well with the Titus Wixwell thing, I think people are going to go crazy over this. And plus, we all have the option to skip if we don't want to do it. We're short on resources, but for me, fusions are the highlight of Raid Shadow Legends. I love doing them. So Lizardman support. I'm going to switch back to the other side of the screen. I don't know, speed 108. That's pretty fast. Maybe this icon up here, right here, you can see that. Maybe that'll have speed up, which is also a very important positive effect. That really makes things amazing when you can get the team moving faster. No details. Now, we got Leonardo. Little to no information on Leonardo. Raphael, April, and Shredder. Other than that, you can summon them, and they're going to be available in limited time events, but no information on what the characters do other than Shadowcan, legendary defense, and then we can see the icons and then the base stats. Raphael is going to be barbarian, legendary attack, and then you can see the base stats right there and the icons. Now we even have less information on April. That looks pretty cool there with the yellow. I really like that. I was wondering how they were going to do her in the colors, because she's typically in this very, very yellow outfit that still looks very Raid Shadow Legends, and we don't really have a lot of yellow in Raid. If you could think of any predominantly yellow characters, put that down in the comment section. I'm trying to think if I know any. I don't know. Now Shredder is going to be the event dungeon boss. Shadowcan, legendary HP. There are the stats and the icons. Now they are saying that the event dungeon will reward the exclusive chronophage gear set. Now spell that out. CHRONOPHAGE gear set. I googled that and I have no information on that whatsoever. So again, no information to put in the video as far as that goes. Now, these event dungeons give good access to gear, specifically the ones in the past. It was 9-piece gear that I wanted, like the last one. Oh, that looks cool. Look at that. The last one was a pinpoint, but the Kurosa event dungeon was challenging. In fact, they had to nerf it a little bit, but I did not have a lot of good success with consistently farming nodes higher than 22. Even though I could do 26 and 27, I wasn't able to do that with any kind of consistency. And I know that at midpoint they nerfed it a little bit. They nerfed the minions a little bit. Well, they said they made it easier, but they didn't clearly define it, and it looked like to me that it was tied to the minions. So I'm curious to see if this chronophage gear set's going to be of high interest, and whether or not I'll be able to get enough of them to make good sets. Mostly these sets, if it in fact is a 9-piece set, I guess it's not even stated here, but I'm guessing it's going to be a 9-piece set. Feels like all the new sets are. But getting the accessories and the factions I need is kind of the trick, right? To get that to work. So, big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and this channel, and them partnering up with Paramount to bring us a little piece of my childhood for sure. Like I said, middle school and high school was prime time for me. Feel like they know their demographic. Feel like they know their demographic. Raid Shadow Legends is. They know who they're marketing, and then we're gonna get a total of 6 characters. I depending on what the kits, Michelangelo is a given. Donatello will be fusion. I'm interested based on the limited information here. The other 4 we'll have to see, right? It depends on how those events are, what kind of resources are required and or costs, and whether or not that is attainable with the resources that I have in my account without having to spend a lot of money. We'll have to see, right? So, great time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends. You get Corrado, Ugo, Fane, Deacon, promo code MonkeyKin to get you Sun Wukong, and then starting the 21st, you can get Michelangelo. Great time to start playing. Bye for now.